try to be nice. Am I a nice
Try.
person?
Yes, I think you're a nice person,
That's
Brandi.
the only answer that you could give. I don't have a personal problem with Bob Ferguson in terms of like, I've talked about this. I've met him. I think he's a nice guy if you pluck him out of the political atmosphere he's in, and he's a nice family man, all that.
Right.
But I am terrified about the fact that he's probably going to be governor.
So is that worse than Inslee to you?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it is worse than Inslee. Because Inslee, to me, for instance, on this whole issue with Democrats not being able to come together on a drug possession thing, Inslee clearly has no pull, no political capital to be able to get something as simple as that done. But I feel like Bob Ferguson is, incredibly intelligent. He truly is. And he's going to take, his sort of legal background and his work as attorney general to make sure that whatever he wants to push through is on good legal standing. Right. And so I just think he's a little more dangerous in that regard because he's less harmless.
So why aren't you begging Inslee to run again?
I mean, I don't think...
You said you're not doing it. You're not doing it. That would be crazy. I feel like you told him that, right?
Yeah.
In some
It's interesting.
words.
I haven't thought of that. I mean, he's not going to listen to me, obviously. But do I think... Oh, wow. Do I think a fourth term of Jay Inslee would be worse than the prospect of Bob Ferguson? That's really tough.
I know.
Wow.
I would rather have Inslee.
I mean, I would rather have Inslee run because I think he's more beatable. After 4 years, I mean, even reasonable people are like, no, dude, you don't get a fourth term.
We had a little bit of a discussion about this because I think Inslee is more likable than Ferguson. So I think Ferguson is more beatable because people like a likable person. That's what people go for.
You don't, but
They don't
think
go
from a
based on
Democratic
intelligence.
perspective. You think that Democrats don't find Bob Ferguson likable? What's not likable from obviously there's political things not to like about him, but I'm talking about purely from the stance of Democratic voters.
He just doesn't come off, I think he is a dad. Is he a dad?
Yeah.
But he doesn't come off as that fatherly figure that Inslee comes off as. And it's like a Biden thing, too. I think Biden comes off as a very likable dude because he's like everybody's grandpa, and that's why he wins. Obama won because I think he's a likable dad, father figure-y dude, right?
This is we're totally off the rails from our top story of the day, but this is really interesting to me because I don't look at Bob Ferguson and think unlikable. He's got the little glasses, and he's just... I mean, I'm totally politics aside and all of that.
Right.
But I don't see that.
Because I think people want somebody more relatable when they pick somebody to represent them.
Is Jay Inslee relatable?
Well,
you're talking about like his doofy comments and like his Jay-isms, as we call them.
Yeah, okay, and his like fatherly figure, that type of thing. And I think that he comes off more as Ferguson comes off more as an attorney, like very serious, very business,
like a little sanctimonious, which I can be a little sanctimonious too. I try to work on that.
And when you pick somebody to represent you, which I think, it's a working class, parents, whatever, even both sides, you're looking for somebody that's more relatable, that represents you.
Well,
I don't know.
We're going to have a lot of time to discuss that. I'd be curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that.